With the release of its first season back in October of this year, it didn't take long for Inside Job to become a hilarious addition to the animated arsenal of Netflix. And with the show's focus on making conspiracy theories fun again, it goes without saying that explanations have become necessary. So, what do we really know about these conspiracy theories? And why do followers believe in them? For all this and more, stay tuned. Number 1, the deep state. The first conspiracy theory on our list is by far the most relevant in modern America, where there continues to be a massive divide between Republicans and Democrats. And while this can somewhat be expected considering how different the opposing viewpoints of these parties are, the conspiracy theory of the deep state takes things a bit further. You see, according to this theory, there is a secretive government agency running the United States at this moment, which is made up of a range of actors and other such professionals. Funnily enough, the theory was actually popularized in recent years by former President Donald J. Trump, who supported the ramblings of a man by the name of Q. According to Q, Trump was the one true champion who was going to rise to power and take out the deep state. You can't corrupt the incorruptible after all, which is the tagline many Trump supporters began to run with while describing him as not another politician. Suffice to say, Trump's election loss last year ramped the QAnon conspiracy theory up even further, with many suggesting that he had actually won the election. The only reason the majority of people believe that Biden won was because of the deep state rigged the election and placed their so-called puppet in the presidency. Suffice to say, there is no factual evidence to support this theory, which is so brilliantly satirized by the folks behind Inside Job. That being said, it still has a massive following. Number 2, the Illuminati. Next up on our list is another theory that has its basis in a secret organization that craves control. We are, of course, referring to the classic belief that a group known as the Illuminati are hidden in important governments and agencies across the world, allowing them to pave the way for their own nefarious purposes. For Marvel fans, Hydra is basically the reincarnation of the Illuminati and was created by Marvel Comics to reference the group as a danger to the world. And according to the theorists who believe in the existence of the Shadow Group, it's the Illuminati who are in control of all political decisions made by every country on Earth. That's just how big of an organization they are. But funnily enough, the Illuminati are never given credit for great decisions made by the government. In these instances, the government is very much to be all and end all of justice, especially in the case of the United States. But when something goes wrong and nefarious intentions are discovered by the public, who better to blame than the Illuminati? It must also be said that as secretive as this organization appears to be, they sure do like to tease us with their existence. Followers of the theory point at everything from triangular shapes to the all-seeing eye on the back of the dollar as evidence of proof of the existence of the Shadow Cabal. Suffice to say, the references in Inside Job were very much appreciated. Number 3, the existence of Bigfoot. Another hilarious conspiracy theory referenced by Inside Job was actually first noticed in its debut trailer, which saw the mysterious creature known as Bigfoot trapped within a government containment chamber. And as far as conspiracy theories go, the existence of Bigfoot is right up there in the United States, with shows like Chasing Bigfoot: The Quest for Truth being one of the most popular documentaries on HBO right now. Also known as Sasquatch and the Skunk Ape, Bigfoot is said to be an ape-like creature of immense size that's been roaming across the continent of North America while looking for both food and security. And if Inside Job is to be believed, this was the case until the government captured him and used the captive for what we assume to be experiments of a conspiratorial nature. And according to followers of the conspiracy theory that Bigfoot actually exists, there is more than enough evidence to support his life and times in North America. Not only do these believers swear by the shaky video footage they have taken of the creature, or the out-of-focus photographs that appear to be spreading across the internet, the vast majority of these Bigfoot hunters have actually seen the creature for themselves and know more than their fair share about the mating rituals and calls of Sasquatch after much investigation into the topic. It's just a pity that they can't seem to get any actual proof of its existence. Maybe then we'd find ourselves believing. Number 4, the Easter Island heads are proof that aliens exist. And then we have the heads of Easter Island. For those of you who don't know, these monolithic human figures carved by the Rapa Nui people of eastern Polynesia between the years of 1250 and 1500 AD have been steeped in mystery ever since they were discovered. You see, the Easter Island heads that stick out from the Polynesian islands are just a section of a much bigger body carved out and dug into the ground. The common consensus among explorers is that these statues were the creation of the Rapa Nui people who used them during their many complex religious practices. But the conspiracy theorists around town believe that there is something a lot more mysterious surrounding their origin. And if the followers of this conspiracy theory are to be believed, it was actually aliens who created the Easter Island heads in the first place. According to them, that's the only way that these heavy statues could have been carved and forced into the earth in the way that they were. And it must be said that the craftsmanship needed to make them was only stumbled upon by civilizations years later. Others suggest that the statues were even carved in the image of aliens, but this is just one of the monuments alien truthers believe to be proof of the existence of their extraterrestrial friends. Remember, the same was said about Stonehenge and the Great Pyramids of Giza, so we're happy Inside Job satirized the theory for laughs. Number 5, the existence of lizard people. Another unbelievable conspiracy theory that deserves a mention on our list is that of existence of lizard people. While this may have seemed like nothing more than a Rick and Morty-esque development in Inside Job, it might surprise you to hear that there are actually people out there who believe that lizard folk are actually living among us. We should have surely noticed their existence by now though, right? Well, according to the conspiracy theorists, these reptilians have become adept at blending into our society by wearing the skin of a human or having a shape-shifting ability, depending on which sect of the theorists you believe. These lizard people have been able to live amongst us and gain quite a bit of political power. In fact, the royal family of England has long been suspected of being lizard folk, and many citing the extreme age of the Queen as being an indication of something that is far from human. The theory itself was actually popularized by conspiracy theorist David Icke in the late 90s, but it's still very much prevalent in the world. Funnily enough, QAnon supporters have accused high-profile politicians and presidents ranging from Hillary Clinton to Joe Biden as being secret lizard people. And since this is somewhat based on the age-old racist ramblings that the world is run by blood-drinking Jewish people, it makes sense that Inside Job wanted to take the power away from the right-wing supporters of this ridiculous theory. Number 6, the cryogenically frozen celebrities of the world. Last but not least, we have a conspiracy theory that is sure to chill you to the bone. We are, of course, referring to the belief that celebrities have been cryogenically freezing their bodies for decades now in an attempt to be revived when technology has advanced enough to allow them to live longer. And if these conspiracy theories are to be believed, everyone from Elvis to Princess Diana were able to fake their deaths with the intention of putting their bodies on ice for later emergence. By far the most popular celebrity that has been accused of such a nefarious action is Walt Disney, with many still believing that his frozen head can be found within the underground passageways underneath Disneyland in California. The same can be said about Avril Lavigne, who can be found within one of the cryopods featured in Inside Job. Funnily enough, she is still alive and making music. The theory is somewhat different for her though. In order to be cryogenically frozen and preserved for the future, she had to be replaced by a clone who had the same singing talents and attitude of the singer. So, as it turns out, we've actually been listening to clone Avril all along. And there you have it, an explanation of some of the conspiracy theories explored by Inside Job. Which was your favorite theory to see though? And are there any others you want a solid explanation for? Be sure to let us know in the comment section down below.